Yeah, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, what an amazing day it was in the markets yesterday. We are kind of witnessing uh, something unusual, and it's kind of history that's happening in front of us. And I think that in times to come, people will always refer to this time, and there will be a lot of stories written about it. I'm just going to show you my main dashboard. I just got to reduce the size of this so that it can be visible. Okay, so what I have got here is the various indices that we look at. Extreme fear. Now, this is quite unusual. I have not seen fear index at around 6 for quite a while. I mean, I don't recollect seeing it in the past. So it's extreme fear. When things like this happen, there is always a good chance of a bounce back. And if you look at S&P futures, S&P futures are down 3.06%. NASDAQ futures are down minus 3.37%. The VIX is as high as 44.84. We haven't seen these kind of levels in a while. So that's also indicating that everybody's kind of freaked out. And the 10-year yield has dropped to 3.67%. It has dropped 3.67% to 3.89. And gold has gone up again marginally, and Bitcoin is down 1.18%. But considering the correlation between S&P 500 and Bitcoin, I am thinking that Bitcoin is starting to act a little more like a safe haven as compared to what we used to see before. So I'm going to watch this carefully because I still think it could go down to the low 70s. But if the correlation between S&P 500 is broken, then it could more or less mirror gold and continue going up. Now, the top headlines that I'm looking at, the first one is that China has imposed retaliatory tariff. So if China had not imposed the retaliatory tariffs, I was hoping that there would be a bounce back today, a relief rally of some kind before we go down further. But this kind of changes the game. So we have the futures also red, and we'll see what happens during the day. But if there is no more retaliatory tariffs from anybody else, then tomorrow we should see a little bit of a bounce back. And when I say tomorrow, I'm basically talking about Monday. Next, we have the other headline: Dow heads for another 1,000 point drop. Futures indicate after China retaliates to Trump tariffs. It's more or less the same. Trump opened to tariffs negotiation, contradicting White House leads. So yesterday, I saw Peter Navarro insisting that there is no negotiation because people want to bring manufacturing back into the US. And if negotiations were allowed, then they won't have the certainty that is needed to invest in putting plants in the US. And that point is right. But immediately after that, Trump contradicted and said if he gets a phenomenal deal, he's willing to negotiate. So this adds more uncertainty. And today's job report threatens to be a losing proposition for market, according to CNBC Pro. And I think we're going to get the jobs data around 8:30 a.m. today. So we'll see what happens at that time. Traders boost bets on Fed cuts as job data adds to market angst. Now, I am thinking that this particular speculation is wrong. Of course, I'm a retail investor. What do I know, right? But the reason I'm saying that is because we are likely to experience some inflation due to the tariffs. And during an inflationary time, it's a wrong idea to reduce interest rates. So that's point number one. Point number two is that the lesson from the previous stagflation that we had was that when you have a stagflationary situation where inflation is higher and jobs are also going down, which is kind of similar to where we are right now, then it's better to focus on tamping down on the inflation rather than trying to boost the jobs number. That was the lesson learned from the previous stagflation. So I'm thinking that that's the second reason why Fed would not do this. And the third reason why Fed would not do this is because they have a dual mandate. They have a mandate for controlling inflation and also a mandate to keep job levels decent. Now, given all these things, they are also facing as much uncertainty as anybody else. Look at all these headlines, right? It's all uncertainty. Trump is never going to negotiate. Trump is going to negotiate if he gets a phenomenal deal. And the tariff rollout also has been absolutely scattershot, because I read reports that islands which are uninhibited, with just penguins being there, are also being tariffed. And islands which are military bases are also being tariffed. So it's indiscriminate. And there are some countries which have got zero tariffs on US goods, and they have got a 10% flat tariff. So all these things have to clear up. It's a mess. And I don't think Fed Chair Powell would take any steps amidst all these kind of uncertainties. That is, of course, my feedback, but I don't know. Things could be different, because there are a lot of professional traders who are saying that Fed may cut rates based on job data. We'll see what happens out there. And the 10-year Treasury yields tumble below 4% on fear a trade war will tip economy into recession. So the treasuries are going down, and that would indicate a kind of force from the bond market on the Fed to cut rates. So I'm a bit confused with these kind of contradictions happening out here. So I'm going to wait and watch what happens and then react to it. Now, in terms of economic calendar, we have non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate, which will come out at around 8:30 a.m. And then Fed Chair Powell is going to speak, and he could give some hints on what he's thinking. That is assuming that he has clarity of what is happening going forward. And hi, hot dog, welcome. Yeah, we are at 30 plus weeks. It's anything can happen now. It's high volatility. I have started taking profits wherever I get, and I wait for the price to come back down and get back in again, rinse and repeat. I made some decent money yesterday. Of course, I bailed out quite early on some of them. I'm going to change that today, hopefully. So we'll see what Fed Chair Powell says. And if you look at the heat map, you can see very clearly household beverages, the consumer defensive sector is doing well. And probably Michael is right. Walmart and Costco have taken a hit, but I am thinking that it's a bit of a transitory thing. They'll find a level after which they will be stable, and they'll start attracting more investors. And then if you look at healthcare area, healthcare is also healthcare insurance is also doing well. And telecom services have become the new utilities. And of course, the utilities sector is also doing well. So we are all going towards a recessionary kind of positioning. That's what it seems from the stock market heat map. Let's go on to the futures. I've cleared out a lot of lines from here and trying to keep it simple, because I try to watch the live stream back on my iPhone, and it's not a pretty picture. So I'm trying to make all of this much more simpler, less lines and thicker lines. So please bear with me while I find the golden medium on that. Now, if I look at the charts out here, S&P futures are down 3.50%. So they have come down here. So this area, huge area of support, has been pushed out. So I'm going to change this into red, and also the filler into red. So now that becomes an area of resistance. The second thing I want to mention is that we have I want to put this line out here, horizontal line out here. This was potentially another support that I did not draw earlier. This marked the topping of the previous peak, before which we came down, retested, and then went up. So this was another important resistance which was missed out, but no harm done. We fell below that, like it was like cutting through butter. So most of the important resistance have been broken through. So the next support that we have is somewhere out here. This is going to be the support for the next level, and that is sitting at 5,004.25. This is what I'm expecting. And we have the bear flag target of 5151.75. Remember, guys, when I drew this a few days ago, it seemed like a long shot that we would never go so low. But we are within striking distance right now, and we are continuing to fall. So the bear flag is manifesting. So I'm thinking that today, 5,155.75 could be well within reach, and we may reach there. If not, maybe by tomorrow, unless there are any catalysts. And when I say tomorrow, I mean Monday. There is also another minor line of support, I will say, which is at 5120.50. We could end up out there. I will just draw it for the sake of records. we found some kind of a support for this wick from the candle. So I'm going to just assume that to be a minor line of support and put it out here. And this should be reading 5,114.50. Either we end the day here or we end the day at 5153.75. That's what I'm thinking is likely to happen. But as Hot Dog says, with high wicks, anything is possible. Then we look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ has fallen down significantly. It's down 3.90 in pre-market trades. And our next support is going to be at 17016, that is 17,016. I'm going to make this line a bit thicker so you can see. And we will also have a few minor lines of support. I'm going to draw a minor line of support out here. And I think we are negotiating this minor line of support. It's at 17,841.25. And if we fail this, then we have another minor line of support, which will be out here. And that is going to be 17,355.50. So these are two supports that I can draw for today. And dollar index shows that the dollar is trying to recover a little bit, but it has got long wicks, so it's still in the price finding stage. When the market opens, we'll see what happens. There may be further indications from other countries. There could be retaliation from other countries. If many countries gang up against the US, then US will be in a bit of a trouble. All of that will reflect in the dollar index, so watch out for that. And if the US dollar becomes weaker, it becomes even more difficult for the US because of the tariffs. It's going to be very expensive. The inflation will get aggravated within the US. 10-year yields are marching towards our target of 3.559. They have dropped down further. They have dropped another 3.02%. This is flight into safety within US. But then a lot of people might start thinking that if the US goes weak, it's going to be a problem. And that's where we have to watch the yen unwind trade as well. And as you can see, we are marching slowly downwards. I mean, fastly downwards, if there's a term like fastly. We are going down faster, and we have support today at 142.16, sorry, 142.128. And I don't know if we go all the way down there, but in currency markets, anything can happen. VIX is also very high, so things could go crazy. Then let's go and look at our indicators where we left yesterday. S&P 500 was exactly poised on this range of support that we have out here. This was a gap up out here, and there was a gap up possibly out here, but the wick kind of covered it up. So I did not put another candle out here, another line out here. But yesterday, we ended up perfectly on top of this at 5395. If you go into the futures, you can see that we are at 5245. So I'm coming back here and looking at S&P 500, 5245 is way below. So 5245 is even below this line of support. So we are definitely moving towards this one. Yesterday, again, I saw on my iPhone, I couldn't see this line, so I made it thicker for you today. Apologies for that for yesterday. And this line, which is the bear flag price target, takes us to 5094.86. That's our destination. And I'm going to mark another minor line of support out here. This minor line of support is going to go right up to here. It's at 5155.11. So that's the support that you can look forward to. And then let's go on to NASDAQ. NASDAQ also was absolutely stopped by this line of support here. And this line of support was at 18,523. We ended up at 18,521. So if I just move this around, like if I was to make this a little bit thinner, I'll get the exact read on this. So this was at 18,512.58. We ended at 18,521.81. So I think the technical analysis is working fine with something that we can depend on right now. And I'll put a minor line of support out here. Just for today, this is not a dependable support. It's going to be 17,831.83. So we're going to breach this because if we go to NASDAQ futures and look at NASDAQ futures, we are at 17,994. So 17,994 is where we are at, and 17,994 is going to be somewhere out, where is it, 17,994. Just a little bit out here. And not to be too fine a point, somewhere around this area. So we are still above this support. This support is active, and then we're going to fall down below that today. That's my prediction. And on the top, we'll have a resistance, which is going to be at 18,521. That said, let's look at QQQ. QQQ also shows support levels, and we stopped exactly at the support that we had plotted yesterday, which was taken from this double top out here. And that happened to help us stop. But today in pre-market, we are down 2.98%. We are at 437.46. And we can go down further. I would have some minor lines of support drawn out here to show you the stopping points where we could try to kind of stall. It is 434.55. That is the first one. And the second minor line of support is going to be out here, which will happen to be at 424.12. Ultimately, I think the bear flag is going to take us all the way down to 409.74. And I think we have the potential to go all the way out there. And VIX is also showing that we are in a highly volatile situation. We had a resistance out here. Let me show this as the thicker line. The other lines also, I'm going to make them thicker so that you can see in your smaller devices. So we have a wick going up, and we are right now out here. So pre-market, we had already jumped up and come back down here when we had the trades yesterday. So today we are just below this line of resistance at 40.12. And I think we could break through above that when the market opens, because there'll be more announcement than the ripple effects. This is global. The retaliatory tariffs are global, and they're also unjust and unfair. They have been rolled out in a thoughtless manner, in my opinion. Many countries are going to object to it because they have less tariff than US, because now they are all slapped with 10% tariffs. So those countries are going to make a representation, and the White House will have to do something to show that they have thought out and they have a fair retaliatory tariff plan. So some countries will get knocked out from them, and the tariff plans will be adjusted. Maybe they'll be taken down so that there's a cutoff below which countries will not have to pay any tariffs, and above that there will be a flat tariffs. I don't know, but there's going to be volatility coming out from reactions from various countries and the reaction from the White House. We already saw China retaliating, and that is what has taken the VIX up further instead of allowing the VIX to subside. So we'll see those things. Hot Dog is saying it's interesting that BTC has detached from the NASDAQ trend. Yeah, I'm thinking that it's going to become a reserve, because if dollar becomes weaker, Bitcoin's denominator in dollars have to become stronger. And also there are other countries than people who are using Bitcoin. They are not denominated in dollars. So all of that is most likely to reflect in Bitcoin. And also the strength of the Bitcoin shows the weakness of USD as a reserve currency. That's the other way to look at it. Put-call ratio is neutral. And if you look at gold, it has lost a little bit. I think at this point of time, people are looking at this diagonal line of resistance and taking money out. That's what I did. But given the amount of pandemonium that's happening, gold is likely to go up again. So I'm planning to buy a little bit of gold in the ETF, physical ETF. I already have gold bullions and all, so I'm not worried with the stock. But just for the sake of the portfolio, I'm going to put something out here. Then XLP, I want to look at XLP. XLP started going up yesterday, and then it came back down. Pre-market, we do not have any trades out here, so I can't say what is happening. But I'm anticipating a reverse head and shoulder. That's the reason why I put some money into it. I bought 100 XLP, and I'm hoping that it gives me some rewards today. And that said, we want to go into AI, and let's start off with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is down 4.51%. And it's exactly on top of the support today. The support today, it's at 97.27, and we are at 97.21. So most probably by the time the market opens, this support will become a resistance. So I'm going to convert this into a resistance for now. I'm going to say this is the resistance, and our support is going to be 92.28 for NVIDIA. I don't expect NVIDIA to fall more than this because this is a very critical support level. We had this gap down, which was filled up by this big candle. So I did not put lines for the top and bottom of this gap down. But suffice to say, this huge candle, which gave us back the confidence, is something has been extinguished. So we have gone down, and our next stop is going to be likely much lower. And there is no need to plot them right now. Let's go on and look at Meta. Meta is down another 4.90. Meta was one of the strongest stocks we had. It's gone down. So this diagonal line of support now becomes a diagonal line of resistance. I'm going to pull it down further, and that's going to give us a support of around 484.59. That's going to be the support out here. And on the horizontal line, I'm going to put a minor line of support out here because this has been a support in the past. And I'm going to convert that into green color and also a thicker line so that you can see we are just above this. So I'm thinking that the first line of support today is 501.57. If that breaks, the next line of support is going to be 484.05. So these are the two supports I would like to plot, and I hope and pray that we don't fall beyond that. These stocks have become very interesting to buy. Google is has gone down below the two supports that we had yesterday, one at 155.08, other at 152.38. Google is at 148.00. I thought Google might be more resilient. This shows that the retaliatory tariffs have so much of potential, and the reaction from China has spooked the market. And remember, Japan and North Korea have already begun discussions with China for trade. And likewise, the European Union is saying we are open for business, we are reliable, we are consistent. So US may try to take the place of US and get all the other countries lined up together. And China might try to take the place of US. And between Europe and Europe and China, they may try to do things which can make them the center of attraction for global trade, leaving US on the sidelines. So that battle is beginning to emerge. So right now, I want to draw two lines of support, which I thought I need not have drawn before. This is the gap up and gap down, guys. The second one is out here. This is the gap up and gap down lines. And this was I should have drawn this yesterday. I was remiss in that because I didn't think we'll come down so fast for Google. But we are exactly on top of this line of support today, which is at 148.06. We are at 147.91. Meaning that we have broken down below that in pre-market. The next support for us is 144.50. I'm going to gobble up a little bit of Google out here. David Best is saying technicals go out window when market selling off or uncertainty. Absolutely, I agree with that. But Hot Dog and David, yesterday I was using technicals on 5-minute charts, and I made some money on them. So I'm starting to feel very happy about this. That's why I'm a bit upbeat, and I'm looking forward to this coming down and making some money because I have a lot of cash in the sidelines. I'm nibbling on the trades that I'm making. I'm just taking 100 at a time and making it. I'm also going in and out of FNGD and taking money out there. So I'm happy. But I agree with you, David. And Hot Dog is saying ASML told the US they are going to continue selling machines in China. Wow, I didn't know about that. That's amazing. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to have problems with Greenland and other things, you could expect ASML there to do all those things. Absolutely, yes. All eyes on NFT. Stocks go up in the escalator and come down. Okay, I'm going to just activate this window out here just for highlighting some of these comments that are coming here. And Hot Dog is saying, be careful, this is probably a falling knife time now. Yes, absolutely. I'm looking at the trend lines. I'm buying at the support, looking for the bounce back, selling before the resistance, and I've made some money. I'm going to be absolutely careful. And yeah, so that's what I want to say out there. Yeah, I'll be careful, Hot Dog. And yeah, so that said, let's go further. Let's go on. I got distracted. This is what makes me happy. The interaction in the live chat. It's like talking to friends. So I'm going to mark these as two supports. Next, let's go on to Amazon. Amazon is down 7.07%. Guys, this is a very beautiful company coming at such low rates. I'm going to make all those earlier supports into resistances. We have fallen way below that. And this diagonal line of support was going to give us support yesterday and also today, but we are right on top of it today. Today's support was 168.02. So we already converted this into a resistance. I'm going to change this into a 2-pixel kind of a line. This was the bad channel that we had yesterday, earlier. And I'm making the channels a little bit thicker so you can see. And this was the bear flag. It's not visible on iPhone, so I'm just making it thicker. So this is the bear flag that we had, and our bear flag target will take us somewhere down here. I don't have to draw it up, but I'm thinking our support of 159.26 is going to be tested today. And then we come down to 154.86, which is the next line of support. And then we have Apple. Apple has done a huge gap down, and I should have kept my AAPD. I sold the Apple shorts. I was jittery, but I was being careful not to catch a falling knife. So this is good. I'm looking forward to buy some more AAPD because Apple is in a real bit of a pickle. We can ride the way back down. And for today, the support is going to be 192.31. We are just above it at 193.29. And then we have the supports, which were resistance in the past. I'm just going to change them. So those are all the supports that we have out here. One is at 170, other is at 168. So the immediate support is going to be 191.86. After that, you have 181.79. Our reverse head and shoulder target is going to take us to 188.43. So these are all the pointers that I can offer today. And then I'm going to just show some comments out here and just adjust this so that we can see properly. Maybe I'll do this at a later time. The comments are not coming in fully, so I'll leave this for now. I'm not going to tinker with that because it's going to delay my analysis. Let me go on with the program. Microsoft. It has a support at 367.33, and it has converted that support into a resistance. So right now, I think I'm going to convert this into a red. It's going to be the resistance for today. And the support for today was going to be 364.75. That has become a resistance. So I'm going to color that red. And our support now is 346.65. Again, a very good company coming at a discount. And then let's look at Tesla. Tesla is today down 6.30%. It's at 250.44. I'm still thinking that Tesla is getting a better ride than anybody else. I'm not going to do much analysis on Tesla out here. I'm just going to leave it there. The chart is very messy and I'm not touching it in any way. Oracle is down 4.54%. And the support for Oracle was going to be 135.71. It's become a resistance today. Our support for today is going to be 128.10, failing which we have another support which is lined up at 114.09. I could also look at the chart and see if I have a gap down out here. No, there are no gap downs, but I could offer another minor line of support out here at 116.47. And that's that. And okay, there's one more minor line of support I can put just out here at 125.96. So these are the supports I have. Beyond that, I don't have anything else that I can talk about. AMD is down 4.69%. The diagonal line of support from this pair channel is gone. So I'm going to mark it red. And we are outside the diagonal line of support, which was already there from before. I'm just going to make this thicker out here. This was supposed to give us some support today. And this is going to be at 86.13 for us today. So 86.13 is the next support. Let me just scroll to the side and see if we can find out any supports. So I would say that we have one support here, and I would say we have another line of support out here. So these are the two other supports that I can see for today. So one of them is going to be at 81.20, the other at 76.45. I hope things don't go that bad. And Brian is saying, Roger, And Joe Williams is saying good point. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the interaction. I'm just going to put this on again just to highlight some of the chats that I'm seeing here on the chat window. And let's go back to the charts. And SMCI is down again big time. The support which we had at 31.04 has been broken, and it has now become a resistance. So our new support, I would say, is going to be down here. Just fine tuning it a little bit, making it green color so all can see that it's a support. It's at 26.59. We are at 30.61. So that will be the next support for us. And the next resistance for us is going to be 31.01. So this is the two ranges in which it's going to operate. Let me make this also line a bit thicker because we can use that on our way up. Broadcom is also down 4.80%. And our support, which was at 159.59, has now become a resistance. And our next support is going to be somewhere around 137.04. So I'll just put that line out there. It's a line of support there, green line. That's all I have for you guys out here today. Palantir, it's down 4.75%. It still has a resistance of 84.07. It has a support of 72.91. So those are the supports out there. SMH is down 3.81%. It has blown past this area of support, huge area of support. It's gone into new areas which we have not charted before. So we'll chart them today. I would say that there's a gap down out here, which is pulling it like a magnet. So the two lines for the gap down, one is 182.03, which is the upper support, and lower support is 180.26. Those are the two supports we'll see today. I'm also going to mark a support out here. It's not a through support. It's going to be a minor line of support, but for the ease of putting it out there, I am going to mark this as a support at somewhere around 185.35. That's going to be the first support today. So three supports I have laid out today, and the resistance is going to be at 196.69. I'm having FNGD, truckloads of it, and it's going up. It's got a lot of support out here. The diagonal line of resistance was supposed to be active here today, but it's gone, and it's now acting as a line of support. So that's the first positive. I'm going to make this green so that you can also see we are already up here. So what's going to be the next line of resistance for us? Well, the next resistance is going to be a line which I'm drawing out here. This is going to be the next line of resistance, and we are very close to it. The line of resistance for us today is 23.15. We are at 22.96. So this should be technically a line of resistance right now. If we break this and go up, this will become a support. And our next resistance is going to be at 28.47. And let me just draw it out there and leave it out there for everyone to see. We'll use it in the in tomorrow's chart. Micron is down 4.29%. We don't talk about these much, so I'm going to let that go. Let's look at what else do we have here? Tempus. I'm going to look at Tempus for hot dog. Hot dog, we are still above the support at 42.90. So it's a good situation for Tempus AI. And for today, the resistance is going to be 47.47 coming from this diagonal line of resistance. Then we have Celsius. Celsius is below this diagonal, the horizontal line of resistance, and the diagonal line of resistance support today is going to be at 31.50. So that's all I have here, my friends. Now I'm going to turn on to the chat window. If you've got any ideas you want to share with me for trading, or if you've got any ticker that you want me to do a quick technical analysis on that, I can take that up right now. Guys, I'm really enjoying this live chat thing with you all. So it's a lot of fun. If you have no other questions or any interaction, then I'll just wind this up, go have a quick breakfast and come back for this trading session. Lots of money is to be made today on the way down, and also good opportunity to dollar cost average into really good blue chip shares. So I'm going in for it. And I look forward to meeting you guys again midday today if I have some interesting videos, or else tomorrow in the live stream. Thanks and have a great day, guys. Bye for now. Yes.